Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I kind of wanted to talk about something that is just a really big part of me that not everyone knows about, but I kind of wanted to just get more into it. Also, I am filming with natural light this time, so that's different, but I like it better. And I'm trying to just to have my videos feel more authentic to me. And I kind of do struggle a little bit with that. And I feel like after this video, you will kind of have a better understanding as to why. Another thing, I'm also filming with my front camera. I usually film with my back camera, so hopefully this video isn't like shitty with quality or anything like that. But yeah, I just felt like being in natural light because, I don't know, the last two videos I filmed were with my ring light, and I don't know, something about like artificial light to me just feels very grim and just not great. So yeah, I wanted to try filming with natural light today and see how that goes. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna get into it. Today I wanted to talk more about autism and just really get into that. So if you didn't already know, I am autistic. I know, I'm not just weird as fuck. Like, I'm not just off-putting as fuck. Like, it literally is for a reason. Part of me feels like I've always been autistic since I was younger, but I never got assessed when I was younger. I have family members that are autistic and have had the privilege of being assessed, but I was not one of them. It took me much longer to find out that I was autistic and to get the support that I have needed for a long time. I feel like also part of it is because, I don't know, I'm that type of person where I personally don't remember anything before the age of 13, like literally nothing. And I don't know why that is. A lot of my traumas and like mental health things started at 13 and continued into my teenage years and adulthood. So maybe that's it, not really sure, but I have no memory of just like me being a child or what I was like or how I was like in school or just how I was in general and things I would do and stuff. So one year for Christmas, one of my cousins found a video of me as a child, and it was coincidentally on Christmas as well in the video. And when I watched it, it was the first time I was seeing myself like as a child and seeing my behaviors, seeing like different things that made me me that I never have seen before. Like, it's so different from seeing a picture of a little kid picture of yourself. It's like you're actually seeing your body move and you're seeing yourself as like this little person that you know, it's just so different to have it be like animated rather than just like a still image. But yeah, from seeing that and just by certain behaviors that I saw in that video, it kind of made me realize like, okay, maybe this has been like an actual thing since I was younger and I just didn't know. But moving on into adulthood, this is kind of how I ended up finding out about it. Of course, we're all on TikTok. Everyone is on TikTok. And I started to see a lot of videos about autism and about people that were autistic, and just how much I related to that was much different than anything else I had related to. I don't know, I just kept seeing these videos and I was like, damn, like this really is me. Like it got to like a weird level of how much it related to me. Of course, me being autistic, but not necessarily knowing in that moment, went down the rabbit hole, because once I find something or something piques my interest even a little bit, I completely dive into it and try to find out as much information as possible about it. And that's literally how I've always been. So that's what I did with autism, and it kind of became like a special interest of sorts. And I just completely dove into that, finding out more about it. I did so much research on it that it's incredible. Like I said, I literally, once I find something, I go into it. It's like that's the only thing that exists in my brain, and I have to know everything about it that I can. So that process of just looking through things and doing research was literally years long, like literally for years. This had been happening, and had been researching different things about it. So eventually I decided to seek a therapist about it to see if I actually was autistic or if I wasn't, or, you know, just to talk to someone else that was neurodivergent and get their story, see like their experience. So after doing all that research, I felt in my heart that I knew I was autistic. I knew this was something that was me. This was something that I had been feeling for all these years. And when I was a kid and when I was in middle school, I always thought that I was like weird. Like I was always known as like the weird kid. And I was very shy. I did not like talking to people. I did not like interacting with people. It was like difficult for me to make friends at some points, and I just struggled a lot internally. So yeah, back to what I was saying, I ended up finding a therapist, and I only had one session with her just because money was tight and things like that aren't cheap. Like, and at the time I couldn't afford to be spending that on sessions. Like, I just couldn't. Like, therapy is not affordable, and I just want everyone to know that. Like, there really needs to be more resources for mental health and neurodivergent people, and, you know, just to more affordable resources, I should say, because it's one thing to have resources, and then it's one thing for people to not be able to afford them or have access to them. That kind of literally like defeats the entire purpose. But anyway, that's a whole nother story, a whole nother topic, whole nother video. Yeah, I had a session with this therapist and I immediately connected to her. Like, I was so upset that I couldn't afford to have more sessions with her because she fit all of my needs. Like, she was very attentive, she was very knowledgeable, she was very warm and comforting, and I genuinely wanted to have her as a therapist, but I just couldn't afford it. I did for that one session. In that session, I was just talking to her about my thoughts about me being autistic and just different behaviors that I have exhibited throughout my life, things I do that, you know, people don't necessarily see on a daily basis. I just was talking to her more openly about my experience, and she also was autistic herself. So she shared her experience with me. She also just like took in everything that I said and how I felt and didn't like push me away because I don't look autistic. Like, people really will sit here and say that I don't look autistic, as if autism has a look, as if, you know, just because I don't necessarily always have high support needs, that means that I'm not. So yeah, that's, like I said, that's a whole nother thing. But she did not push me away. She really sat there and just listened to everything that I had to say, listened to my experience, listened to my feelings, and it made me feel really understood for the first time. Like I said, I've thought inside that I was autistic for years and years, and I felt confident about saying that and about, you know, that being me. But a lot of times you get in your head and you read opinions online of people who are just going back and forth about it, and you kind of feel like you kind of have imposter syndrome, I guess. So there were certain points in my journey to finding out that I did have imposter syndrome about it. And so going to this therapist and having her really just be very attentive and kind towards me really made me feel validated, and it made me feel understood. Yeah, I had that one session with her. In the session, she told me that I was autistic, and the session was, you know, an hour long. We got to talk about a bunch of different things. I got to share my experience for the first time without feeling scared or without feeling like I was going to be judged or anything like that. So it was a very beautiful experience. And it's crazy because now I'm looking for a therapist again, and I'm going to try and find her information and see if I'm able to like go back to her again. But yeah, so that's basically how I found out. And ever since then, I've just felt very whole and I felt at peace. There's still times where, of course, I do feel like imposter syndrome about everything, but my partner validates me a lot, and my partner is someone that knows me, like the real me to my core. And this is someone that I spend 24 hours a day with all the time. I mean, we live together, we do every single thing together basically. So they really like see me and can, you know, see how I interact, see how I behave, see the things that I need and different things like that. So I feel like in everyday life with other people, like when I'm at work or even online, like when I talk to people, I feel like I'm always masking, like 24/7 basically. The only time I feel like I'm able to unmask and just be myself is around my partner. But it's really the worst, I would say, at work. I am a teacher, I'm a preschool teacher, so it can be a potentially tricky environment for me to be in as someone that's autistic. I also have other things, like I have migraine, chronic migraine, and things like that. So bright lights really bother me, and of course I'm in a setting that constantly has bright lights. I'm also very sensitive to sounds. So being in a school where there is children, not like little children, yelling, screaming, crying, playing, can be a lot to deal with. I oftentimes do get very overstimulated while I'm at work, and I haven't really learned exactly how to navigate that yet in the workplace. I don't know exactly what I need, so I kind of have to deep dive and get to a place where I do know that, so I'm able to help myself and cater to my needs better. So I am always masking at work. It is something that is just so natural to me. It's something that I've done my whole life. So it's very easy to just switch in that mode and not even realize that I'm in that mode until I come home and decompress and take the mask off, so to speak. I have a hard time, I think, relating to people or having conversations with people. I'm very bad at conversation. I don't know how to start conversations. I don't know how to carry conversations. If someone asks me questions, I'm able to answer them, and that's okay. Like, I'm able to answer and everything is fine, but I can't just be the person to start conversations. It always has to be someone else, because I don't know, like my mind literally goes blank, like completely, and I'm just there like, and yeah, it can be very embarrassing. It can be something that not a lot of people understand, and also people at work don't know that I'm autistic, so they probably just, I'm sure they think I'm just weird as fuck. Like, I really do. I feel like I don't fit in really at my job. I've been teaching for 4 years now, and this is my career path. This is what I chose, and I love it. Like, I enjoy it, I really do. But it does come with its challenges for someone who is autistic. And part of that is dealing with coworkers, is dealing with your boss, is dealing with people and parents and different things like that. So it can be a challenge because I'm always masking. At the end of the day, when I get off work, I'm very drained. But when I get home is really when I get a chance to decompress and unmask and just be me without that pressure of feeling like I'm gonna be judged or I have to put a certain face on to be accepted. So sorry, my phone wanted to tell me in the middle of the video that I have no storage. But yeah, if you did watch the first video and the first part, thank you for watching, and thank you for allowing me to be open about my experience and share that with you all, because that's something that definitely can be a challenge for me at times. But I just wanted to share it so you guys know more about me, you guys understand me better. Hopefully I will come out with another part of this video soon. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, make sure you subscribe to me, make sure you like this video, and share it if you would like to. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.